Welcome back to Adventures with Rosie. Now, we're not away in the caravan this weekend, are we?
No, we had an exciting delivery of a new toy arrive. So this weekend we're going to have a play with that.
Yeah. So what did we buy? Well, we've been saving our pennies for a while. We've had our eye on this specific wood chipper. There's a company here in New Zealand called Hansa, that make these wood chippers. They make wood chippers that are like small backyard style ones that are electric, right up to like on the back of a trailer, commercial like monsters that are pretty cool. But they do some nice petrol powered ones in the middle. We've had our eye on them for a while. Yeah,
we were thinking of hiring one, but by the time we would have got through our massive pile, it would have been probably cheaper just to buy one.
You might have seen in our planting video, we haven't done a property video for a while, but in our planting video, we showed you the big wood pile and it hasn't really gone anywhere. It's pretty big. Yeah. So yeah, we thought we'll buy a chipper. If we look after it, it's probably going to last us a long time, right? And we'll be using it all the time. So yeah, we went along to the field days. We did have enough money to buy one before the field days, and then Chelsea said, let's see if they've got any deals on. Now the field days special was that they gave you a free service kit, which they say is worth about $500. Filters, spark plugs. We haven't actually opened it. Not sure what's in there. Also free delivery, which is nice. But then Chelsea got to negotiating a bit, and somehow she talked them into giving us a free tow kit as well. It
was respectful negotiations, it was good, but Bronson walked away pretty quick. He can't deal with that kind of thing.
Chelsea pretty much said, oh, we won't buy it then if you can't put a free tow kit in.
I did not, I just said we're better off buying it from our local agent.
I had to get out of there, I can't handle that sort of thing.
It was not that bad.
So we got a free tow kit in here hopefully, which means you can hook it up to the back of a ride-on lawnmower. It has like the standard sort of pin quad bike, hook up. Hopefully it's in there. That was worth a couple $100 as well, because apparently it's about 90 odd kilos, so you don't want to drag it around. So we're going to unbox it. You can hear the kids in the background. They've been itching to go all morning. They are going to help us put it together, and then hopefully if the rain holds off, we'll go and give it a go. Who's got a knife?
Hammer.
It's not a hammer. This is a beast, look at it. Oh. Alright, well here she is, all put together. Wasn't too bad in the end.
No.
So this has a Honda engine on the front. This is a GX200 engine, 6.5 horsepower. We opted for this model because it had the slightly better Honda engine on it than its baby brother, and also this wheel in here, the flywheel, has 2 knives on it instead of 1, so it should be pretty good at cutting. A cool thing about this is actually when you start it, the wheel is disengaged, and then you wind this up to engage the wheel, so it's really easy to start on the old pull start, which is so it should be easy to start, and then idle it up and then wind this wheel up. So looks awesome. And
we can also put in 70mm thick branches in this one, which is perfect because any bigger than that we're probably going to cut up and use for firewood anyway.
Yeah, so 70mm. I don't know what that is in inches for you American viewers, this many inches. But the hopper looks huge, you could fit huge stuff in there, but yeah, 70mm is what they say it'll cut up to. Another cool thing is this hopper is so long that you can't actually get your hand all the way down your arm down into this flywheel, so it should be fairly safe to use. There's a little flap in here as well. Let's look at the tow kit. We'll put that on. We'll look at the service pack as well that came with it, and then we're kind of just waiting for the rain to stop. So this is the tow kit, this pretty meaty bit of metal here, and it's pretty cool. They've even cut their name in there. But basically this will just hook up to the front, and then you can tilt it back and hook this up to the mower, which is pretty cool because I was surprised how heavy this thing is. This steel is quite substantial, so that was free. Thank you, Chelsea. I also thought the service kit, sometimes you think, we're going to throw in $500 worth of freebies. Sometimes you probably think, oh well, is it actually worth $500? But the service kit has got some belts in it, which is nice. A couple of spare belts, handy. Filter, genuine Honda air filter, which is great. Spark plug, which yeah, spark plug. But what I was impressed with was we get a replacement set of knives in here. So both the anvil, which is the bit that goes at the bottom of the chute, and then the two knives that are on the flywheel itself. So that's pretty handy. Apparently these knives will last you quite a while and you can sharpen them quite a number of times. What they were telling us in the stand was that stones are the things that will kill these knives. If you scoop up a whole lot of garden clippings off the ground and you throw them through the chute, if you've got stones in there and you nick these knives, then you can't really sharpen them, right, if they've got dents in them. But pretty cool. I think a set of those goes for around $150 or $180, I think the lady said at the stand, so that should last us a few years, I think. She did say you can sharpen them a bunch, just take them down to the local lawnmower shop, they'll sharpen them, so having a replacement set's pretty good. So yeah, knives, belts, filter, spark plug, and a tow kit. Pretty good. Well, we've got a slight break in the weather. It stopped raining for a second, so this is our pile of wood. You would have seen in previous videos from when our pine trees were chopped down. This thing is still mammoth. We're slowly chopping firewood out of it. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell on camera just how big this pile is, but it's huge. So what we've been doing is pulling out these smaller branches that are chipper friendly, putting them over here. So we've been chopping firewood. And what we're going to do basically is chip some and then use that chip all around all these native plants we've planted on the bank. So we're going to chip into the trailer, take it up, and just hopefully one day we'll bark most of that bank where all the native plants are. So we're going to try and tackle this. We're going to see how fast this thing is. Yeah, most of this wood should be, it's good, it's pretty dry. A few pine cones we're going to have to pick off because I don't know if this thing will love pine cones going through it. But yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll try and chip some of this, see what the weather does. Also realized we had about a cup of fuel left, so I need to go and get some fuel for the thing. And then the plan will be to keep just picking away at this, basically pick a branch out, feed it straight through the chipper, and then we're kind of killing two birds with one stone. We're chipping our gardens and we are reducing this mammoth pile. Another thing we're going to do, we just started planting our orchard up here. I say we, Chelsea has. So we've got feijoas in the ground at the moment. We've got some other plants coming in spring, and we're going to basically that whole boundary of this property will be an orchard eventually, and we're going to chip around those. So yeah, we're going to have lots of uses for it, and it'll be nice to kind of finally clean up this pile a bit. Well, not bad for 5 minutes work. Look at that. I think we might have to rethink our chipping straight into the trailer idea because the lawnmower kind of copped it. But yeah, what we might actually do is just make a big chip pile in the bank there. We can't actually see that pile from our house, so it's, it doesn't matter if we had a big pile of mulch there. Maybe we just mulch all that into the bank and start doing what Chelsea's doing and pull sticks out and just keep mulching into the bank. We might do that. So yeah, pretty successful so far. I probably need to go and get some more fuel because we're just about out, and start tackling this. I'm excited. Day 2 of our wood chipping shenanigans. We've come up into the top pines today because the sun actually came out, and this is a few hours work right here, this giant pile. We kind of gave up tripping in the trailer just for now. But yeah, the sort of mulch you're getting out of it is quite kind of a mix of what you put in it, I suppose. You get nice big bark chips out of some of the bigger stuff, but then if you put more woody sticky stuff through, you get the little sticks as well. So either way, I think it'll be awesome in the garden, this stuff. If you were to buy trailer loads of this, it would cost you a bit of money. So this is going to go everywhere in our property, in the gardens. Yeah, it's a bit funny being up here in the wind. We had some of these pine trees up here actually shift when we had that storm months and months ago, so we're still waiting for the guy to come and chop these down. But we thought if we get in here and do a bit of cleanup, tackle some of the smaller trees, in theory there'll be less to clean up once all these pine trees, and I mean all these pine trees come down. Yeah, this chipper is going to get a workout. It hasn't really skipped a beat today actually, it's been pretty good. Yesterday I think I was putting too big a stuff through it, and a couple of times it like slowed right up. You've got to kind of feed it, pull it in and out. It's also quite powerful. I'm surprised sometimes you pull a branch in, like put a big long stick in, and it kind of whips around. So definitely the helmet with the old face visor has been stopping a few sticks hitting my face today, but loving it so far. Well, it just started raining again, so I guess I'm done for the day. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with this chipper. It does feel really sturdy, really well made. I guess you kind of get what you pay for. Like, these things aren't cheap. I think this particular model is about $3,000 or $3,200. So you'd expect it to be pretty heavy duty, but everything on it, all the steel and everything, really heavy duty. It's quite interesting actually, because our wood splitter behind me, that's a Lawnmaster wood splitter, has a similar horsepower engine, but the difference in the quality of the engine is really interesting. This thing feels really thin, the metal on it, quite tinny, and this thing is quite solid. You know, even things like the fuel cap are just like really solid, and yeah, that thing's quite cheap. I imagine, you know, I don't know what sort of, I think it's a Lifan engine, which I think is a Chinese brand, but it'll probably last a while as long as we look after them right. But it will be interesting to see which one lasts a bit longer. But yeah, really impressed. It's going to be a really good tool, especially when those big trees up the top come down. We're kind of having a few issues at the moment getting someone to take those trees down. We had a contractor lined up, like a forestry lot contractor who's gone a little bit dark on us. They're really busy at the moment. I don't know what to do, but those trees are growing, and yeah, you can hear the wind. You might be able to hear the wind outside. In the wind, they fly around and bang into each other, and some of the tops have come out of some of them, and some of them are leaning towards our house, and some are leaning towards the neighbor's house, and I just got to get rid of them. So yeah, I think this week I'm going to ring around a whole lot of people and see what other options I got, because I can't wait for this other guy to become free. Just got to get rid of those trees. But that's a problem for another day, for tomorrow. And yeah, I'm sure once those trees come down, we'll do a little bit of a video. We'll get the drone up, and we'll do a little bit of video of those coming down. This thing is going to be worth its weight in gold though, for all the cleanup and all the firewood I get out of there with the chainsaw is going to be awesome. So stay tuned. We're about to go away in the caravan now for the weekend, or next weekend, sorry. First of 2 adventures over the school holidays. I've also got another caravan tour coming up, so plenty coming up. See you in the next video.